Just a quick story. One of Danny's current assistants, Chet Hennicle, was a great player at Bloomsburg, an All-American in both football and baseball. When Chet returned to his alma mater 8 years ago to join Danny's staff, he and I went downtown for a few adult beverages, and I asked Chet, well, how do you feel about coming back to Bloomsburg to be a coach? He said, oh, it's great, but I just don't know about being on the same staff as Coach Williams. And I said, well, is there a problem? Don't you like him? He said, oh, no, I love him, but I'm still afraid of Coach Williams. Well, they feared him, but they also respected him, and they loved him. Why not? There was never a more passionate coach in the history of this program, Mr. Frank Williams.
Thank you, everyone. I'd like to say that's the second standing ovation that my wife has given me tonight. And I didn't have anything to drink. First of all, before I tell you how honored and privileged I am to be here this evening, let me tell you this. 111 days from tonight, September the 1st, 6 p.m., Ashland. In fact, we are minutes to go in the fourth quarter. The clock never stops. So I want you four guys, when this is over, in the weight room. First of all, let me tell you, Jimmy, I appreciate everything. Doesn't Jimmy sound like he should be on the radio? I mean, when he's talking, I just close my eyes and think, man, he's got a radio voice. Cool. And Dr. Stoltz, we're glad that you're on the PSAC, president of that committee, and maybe we'll get a call late in the season. In our favor.
I won't be a referee.
I am truly honored and privileged to have this opportunity. And there are 100 other individuals that deserve to be up here with me. I think about my involvement in Bloomsburg football. And I did, Robert, I did some research. I'm not really an archivist like you, but I went back and I looked at all the head football coaches that we've had in Bloomsburg history. There are 25 head football coaches before Danny Hale. 25. I added up all the time they were head football coaches and divided. They came to an average tenure life as a head football coach less than 4 years, 3.8. Danny Hale has been here 5 times that. How about some appreciation for Danny Hale? I know we have Coach Landis and Coach Blair here today, but I didn't say that to focus on Danny Hale. I said that to create the perspective of the evening, that Danny Hale would not be who he is, Bloomsburg football would not be what it is, if it wouldn't be for those 25 head football coaches that came before. Their staffs, their players, and the people like you that support them. Bloomsburg University football transcends everything there is relative to family. And what I firmly believe, the 3 most important things in life: relationships, relationships, relationships. And that's why I've been around for so long. I do have a job to do this evening. My job is to introduce the campaign. And I'm thinking, well, everybody already knows about the campaign, that's why they're here. But to make it official. See, first and goal, a scholarship campaign for Bloomsburg football. Now, you've asked Frank Williams in 1976 when he started, and over the time that I've been connected with the program, if there would ever be a scholarship campaign for Bloomsburg University football, I'm going to tell you truthfully that I lost money on that bet. It's an opportunity to raise $2 million to generate $80,000 to $100,000 of what? Scholarship money. we need your help. The exciting thing is that we're over halfway there. We still need your help. And it is my privilege to announce that the big guy that's sitting at my table by the name of Jairi Evans has made a commitment of $500,000 to the First and Goal Scholarship campaign. I have more good news. At the conclusion of the campaign, when we reach our goal of $2 million, and we will, Bloomsburg University will name the football field in honor of Coach Danny Hale. Okay, that's the new Frank. Now the old Frank gets to talk. Talk a little bit about motivation. Motivation is the driving force. Think about this. Motivation is the driving force by which we reach and achieve our goals. So if we have a goal of 200 million, motivation is the driving force to help us achieve our goal. So I'm thinking, well, what's motivation mean? So I break it down. I think, what would be something that this group would remember? So I said, okay, let's couch this in the 3 B's. The letter B. The first stands for belief. The second stands for benefit. And the third stands for bold enthusiasm. I couldn't come up with a B for enthusiasm. So I'm going to talk about the campaign, but I'm trying to put it in a football context so that most of the older men in the room can relate. Believe. So if you want to motivate players to achieve greatness on Saturday afternoon, and you're talking to them Sunday night, that's like 5-6 days away. And you can give a fire rhetoric, get them fired up, and then when they go home and wake up and go to class on Monday. The first fundamental is it something that they believe that they can achieve? Now, not every player is all conference. Some kids don't start till they're seniors. Some kids never start. The happiest day in Frank Williams' football career every year, and the saddest day of Frank Williams' football career every year, was the last game. And I would stand outside the locker room and cry. And every senior football player that came out, I would give a hug. Because not everybody grows up to be a senior football player. So you got to believe. So as a campaign, and if we're all into this, do we believe that we can raise $2 million? Everybody say yes. Yes. Let's try it one more time. Yes. Yes. Benefit. I know the guy's going around taking pictures of everybody, and I think that's pretty cool. I will tell you this, if he takes a group picture and gives copy to everybody, once you get it, I will bet you 100% of the time, who will you look at first? Yourself. Yes, you will. Benefit. So the sense is, what's in it for you? So as a football player, if I'm going to get excited and have this goal, what's in it for me? Well, I'm going to come to practice. I'm going to have the opportunity to be part of a team. Maybe I'll be on special teams, get a chance to play. Maybe I'll make the game-saving tackle, interception. Or maybe my parents will see me dressed on the boundary. What's in it for you? So as a campaign, what do we say? What's in it for you? Well, there are personal and business satisfactions. It is tax deductible. Yeah, it is. Still. That's why we need it now. But how about this? How about the opportunity to influence a young man's life? Maybe you will never know that your scholarship support does that, it's still worth it. Sidebar, I'm sitting at Jairi Evans's table. I'm having supper with Jairi Evans's mom. Jim is at the table, and Jim says, "Can I get a picture with you afterwards?" Jairi says, "Sure, for $30." No, he did not say. He did not say that. It was 50. And I'm looking at Jairi, and he is proud, and he is good looking, and he's 27 years old, and he's got it going. And I think to myself, how many other people that he'll never know are influenced by him, by what he's done at Bloomsburg, by what he does on Sunday afternoons. You never know where it's going to go. Give us some money. And the third part is my special part, bold enthusiasm. Well, what does that look like, Frank? Well, it looks different for everybody. But for us, as a group, I put it in the context of 2 words, Bloomsburg football. Say that with me. Bloomsburg football. One more time. Bloomsburg football. So think of this. You're watching a game at Redmond Stadium, and you see 4, 5, 6 Husky defensive players running to the ball, one right after the other. You hear Jim Doyle over the radio. You're watching it in person. You're saying, "Man, those guys really run to the football." You smile, you look to the person next to you and say, "Bloomsburg football." Or you watch the offense. They're putting together a 10 or 12 play drive. They eat up 8 to 10 minutes of clock. They score. You smile to yourself and you say, "Bloomsburg football." It's homecoming. It's Parents' Day. The kids are 8 to 10 deep between the fence and the stadium. The sun's out. It's a great view. It is wild. They're cheering. Great scenery. Great experience. They're looking around. They're thinking to themselves, "Is this college life or what?" Bloomsburg football. Your parents of past, present, or future Husky football players. You're watching your sons play. You're watching how they interact with the coach. You're smiling because they're part of a team. You're creating relationships with other parents before, during, and after the game. It is an experience. You're driving home. You don't even talk. Finally, you stop. You gaze at one another, and you smile inside. And you say those 2 words, Bloomsburg football. Here's what I'd like you to do now. What is your story? What is your experience? When you say those 2 words, Bloomsburg football, what kind of picture does that create? Say it one more time with me. Bloomsburg football. In fact, at your table, say it 3 times to the person next to you. Ready? Go. As you open the envelope, reflect back to tonight's event. The overall emotion. Think about the band, the cheerleaders, the great meal, the relationship building, the energy of the evening. Think about how much you care about Bloomsburg football and what it truly means to be a part of the Bloomsburg family. Our hope, check that. My hope and my expectation is that everyone in this room will support a program unlike any other, to the best of their means, and help us reach our $2 million goal. For one reason, and one reason only. You guessed it, Bloomsburg football.